Okay, guys, hello again and welcome to day 22. What we worked on today was, and I say we because I formed a little partnership, and this is something we did a while back now, but we've got some traction going. Now, this is for the Farmville website that I've been working on, the little project I revealed to you guys a few days ago. Now, uh, what we decided to do was form a partnership of a few people. Each person had a specialized skill. Uh, Myself and Earl were the two main guys in the partnership, and we brought in two other gentlemen to the table. One that was really good at doing some programming and doing the back end, making sure the things lined up where we wanted them to on the site. And I want to give thank you to Scott for setting it up for us. I really appreciate that. And again to Eugene, Earl's brother, who managed to give us a whole bunch of really cool graphics to put on that site. So the four of us got together and we formed this partnership. Each of us had a specialized skill that was something that they were good at, that it was easy for them to do, but might have been more difficult for someone else. If you had asked me to do the graphics, it just wouldn't have gotten done. Artistic ability is not really a high talent of mine when it comes to drawing something. I'm a songwriter and I do a lot of other artistic things, but drawing is not the easiest thing for me to do. Now, especially when that comes to computer graphics, I haven't got a clue. I'm sure I could build something up with enough time and enough templates to fool around with. But for someone like Eugene, he was able to just go in there. What do you like? That's what you like? Okay, here you go. And likewise with myself and Earl, and we came up with the concept, the idea. We searched for the product. We did all this, and that's something that maybe isn't as exciting for the other people. So it's really important when going into a partnership that you find someone who brings something to the table that you don't bring. If they are able to bring something and a talent of theirs or a skill or a resource, or they've got money to put into the deal, whatever it is, make sure that each person in that partnership has something unique to bring to the table and is going to contribute an equal or basically an equal amount of value to the table. You don't want to bring on a partner that's only got one thing to offer and they're not really going to do anything else and they're not interested in doing anything else. You want to work with people who are going to just bring more and give everything they can to make a better partnership for everybody. What I always tend to do is I always try to find ways to give more value than I take back. I try to give more and more and more into my partnerships. And that is really important because if you spend time developing and growing those relationships and you're working towards the same goal in a team, you're really able to really push it and get there so much faster. It's just amazing sometimes the amount of stuff you can get accomplished when you're working in a joint venture with other people. Now, again, I want to stress that it's important to give more value than you take in cost. Now, this is when, whether you have an employee, whether you're purchasing something, whether you're doing a deal with someone else, always, always try to find a way to give more value than what's expected of you. That is the greatest foundation for building relationships, and that's one of the most important things in joint ventures. Because when you develop a partnership, it's really you're just developing a relationship in the business world. Usually, is how that's considered. Now, it's not only in the business world that it's a partnership or a joint venture. You need to think of almost everything as a partnership. If you're an employer and you have an employee, don't just think of them as your little lab rat to go do your bidding. This is a partnership between you. And if you are not able to give them value for the hours they're putting in, which is often financial contribution, you pay them for the work they put in. If you're not going to able to give them good value for what they're giving you, you're going to lose your employees. Just like if you're an employee and you're not giving the value that you're being paid for, if you're not exceeding the value that you're giving the company, and they're paying you however many dollars an hour or however many dollars a week, and you're not being able to show that that is becoming valuable input to your output, if you're not getting enough done for the time you're putting in, you're going to lose your job. It's just as simple as that. So it's important to always put in more and more and more value. So I always try to do that. I always try to make sure I put in more value than I take away. Whether I'm taking a salary or I'm taking a fee for a project or anything, I always try to make sure to exceed those expectations. There's one saying, overpromise and underdeliver. Well, again, I like to overpromise and overdeliver. You want this? Well, I'll give you that. Oh, really? Great. You know what? And then I'll surprise them with even more. And that's the greatest way to build a foundation of an ongoing partnership and ongoing relationship. And, you know, when it comes to your reputation in business, it's very important. People aren't going to work with you if they've heard bad things about you. And if you've got a few raving fans out there saying, you know, Jason did a great job, he did way more than he had to do, it was just amazing work, people will remember you, they'll appreciate it, and you'll get a lot of success in business. Um, so I just want to talk a bit about this Farmville site we worked on. Now, what I really worked on today was putting together a few posts on the site, thinking about what we wanted. We found, you know, privacy policies and all these different things and added them to the page. I did a little bonus video for you guys where I'm actually going to show you on your screen, and the video is going to show you the difference, the site we created and other sites that we came across in this process. So I'm going to make a series of these videos so that we can keep up to date with this Farmville project, and we'll kind of use this as like the sample or the test project for my 365 challenge, at least for the first month. So I did find a few quotes. I'm just gonna skip ahead to that, and one is here, we'll start with the first one, and this is by Aristotle, um, and he says, simply put, friendship is essentially a partnership. Now, when you're thinking about partnerships, you know, a lot of the time we think business, or you might think marriage is a partnership. But it's the same way when you're in business. When you do a partnership in business with someone, you're getting married, you know. And another good concept with that is you should have a prenup. When you go into any form of partnership with anybody, the most important thing is having stuff written down. You need to have a contract. The verbal contract and a handshake is great. That's good. And, you know, sometimes that's all it takes. But I would cover your butt, and I would get a contract done and get it notarized. Get a third party to view it, sign it, make sure everyone's in agreement, and then you follow through with that. It's so much more powerful to have something in writing and to write down, this is our goal and this is what we're working towards, and have both of you agree on that, because sometimes opinions can be different. Another quote that I had right here is, each client is a partnership, a conversation. You're only going to be able to go as far as they wish to go in a way. That makes all the difference. That was by Lindy Roy. Now, we always said a friendship is a partnership, but a client is also a partnership. I talked about an employee-employer relationship is also a partnership. You know, a marriage is a partnership. And you need to honor these partnerships by really giving of yourself. And, you know, just making sure you'll know if you feel like you're not holding up your end of the bargain. And hopefully, if you feel your partners aren't, you need to voice that with them. Clear communication is going to be hugely important. That was another quote, but it doesn't make a lot of sense now that I'm looking at it. But let's see. I do have a few more partnerships that I was working on, but I think I'm just gonna talk to you guys about some of the other ways that I worked out a few partnerships. If you don't know what barter is simply exchanging services. So I'll do this for you and you do that for me. You know, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. And, you know, what I've gone, and you've seen this in some of my videos, I've found partnerships. Another thing, a friend of mine is an audio engineer, and I offered to make him a little website to showcase his talents. And in return, he's going to make me some audio tracks, some customized music that I can use later on in these videos. You know, I'm going to do an intro video. I also had a friend along the same lines who was going to help me work on a graphic. And so these are a way of getting a lot of value for little cost. Like I said, it's something that I can do for them, it's something they can do for me. So I've got that. I haven't started working on that logo, but my friend has started getting a few little music samples for me. So we'll put that all together, and hopefully in one of these new videos coming up, we'll find someone to also help with a video intro and some credits or something neat like that. We'll put it all together, and it'll look fun for you guys. But that's it for me today. The 365 challenge. Jason Francis signing off. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Ciao.